Hey, I came upon one of my other albums that I made in Canada, and this one was a more professional one that I took to my new job. Um, I was a French teacher, and in government, every 4 years they have to hire another school, so also another French teacher, and my students they gathered signatures and letters to try to keep me as a teacher. And so I went to the new school that government hired, and I told them, if you're gonna hire me, then I will give you a contract. And that's how it happened, you know. Just to be so much appreciated as a French teacher felt wonderful. And actually rereading this album was kind of made me emotional. You know, my own business card, that's where it starts the album with. You know, Karine Savard, certifiée par l'École de la fonction publique. You know, and then, yeah, all these pictures of all the things that I made for my students, all the activities, pretty cool. And there's just a lot of things. I won't show all the pictures because I don't know, pictures of students. So I guess, you know, you want to, I don't have their approval of putting them online, so I'll keep everybody anonymous. But at the end, it says how they saw me as a French teacher. So I will just read to you how much they appreciated me and all the things that I did for my students. I made my own grammar tests, the personalized tailor-made classes. We always had a lot of fun, flashcards, all kinds of things, you know. Karine was exceptional because, one, she found out what we did at work and learned about Industry Canada in order to find relevant vocab by visiting website, asking for job descriptions, class discussions, etc. So yeah, my students were public servants, right? So I worked at different departments. Two, creatively used relevant vocab in many types of games and new lesson types to keep learning interesting and target weak areas. For example, laminated flashcards with words, pictures, quizzes, interesting card games, Go Fish for gender identification on nouns endings, games for numbers like bingo, synonyms, an adapted taboo game, homonyms, crosswords, dictées, songs. 3, she put new vocab, color-coded timelines, and irregular verbs onto the walls to keep visual aids handy for our conversations. 4, she sent out emails to encourage test-taking and provide extra learning materials. For example, links to useful websites, timelines, conjugations, organisez vos réponses. 5, oh yeah, I made my own grammar test and also schedule extra class hours for extra help. 5, obviously worked hard and spent much of her own personal time and resources. Laptop, lamination, games, magazines, newspapers. 6, she encouraged French conversation in class and not just textbook material. Yeah, I was pretty much my own boss in my class, so I made everything tailor-made for my students, and that was also the most rewarding for me because they were paying attention and we were having a lot of fun. And I think with laughter and humor, you can also be more relaxed about making mistakes, because if you're at an advanced age and learning a new language is also always a challenge, and if you can laugh about it, then you are not having that hurdle of wanting to be perfect in it. 7, introduced the Michel Thomas method to help improve conversational proficiency, adapted with work-related vocab. 8, cared a lot, so you were motivated by her dedication and hard work. 9. Kept expectations of students high, despite the part-time nature of the training and work duties of students. Final oral test with tailor-made questions for each student based on their job descriptions. 10. Provided a suggestion box and acted upon it. Yeah, I had it when they went into my classroom, there was this box and they could put, some recommendations or, comments. Provided easily remembered rules and tips for grammar. 12. Understood all questions and answered them clearly, unlike some other teachers. So here, I won't say the names of the students, but this is some of the students. They added more comments. Karen is far the best teacher I ever had. And then another one, I never had a better French teacher than Karen. I would love to have her back. Karen is an outstanding teacher. Agreed. She was exceptional. Sorry. I think that happens to everyone when you have a list of positive comments. And of course, this was my life, right? Teaching was my life. And then I got sick. And then I lost everything. So, she was a fantastic teacher. And I know that our group was very disappointed to hear that she would not be our teacher next term. I would love to see her back again. I agree. I believe a policy that is so inflexible that it forces us to rotate French language providers when it is highly unlikely we will end up with a teacher as dedicated as Karen and so productive. Yes, I also agree that she's great. I'm sick and tired of them constantly changing instructors on us, and some of them are good and some of them, as we all know, are not. There is no consistency. Now that we have a good one, and hopefully everyone agrees, I think they should definitely bring her back. At least she seems to care about how we are progressing. I totally agree with you all. It would be great to have Karen back. She was the best French teacher I had so far. I completely agree. She's a great teacher, and I never had a French teacher like her. I learned a lot from her and would love to see her back. They should definitely bring her back. Yes, I agree that Karen is an exceptional teacher and we should bring her back to teach us this fall. I couldn't agree more than what has been said already by many. I've also provided feedback to the head, who's responsible of the contract, and he contacted her directly. Count me in as another Karen maniac. She is a wonderful instructor, and it will be amazing to be able to pick up wherever we left off rather than having to once again relearn another teacher and vice versa. Good luck with your efforts. I hope it works out. We will forward this up to the chain as well. And then, some had did it in French, but, because, most people are listening to this in English, but there's one in Moi aussi, je serais très contente si Karine peut revenir. Merci. We agree that Karen was an exceptional teacher and fully support the effort to try to bring her back. We have forwarded this chain to our director, who has agreed to raise the issue at the next director's meeting. And Karen motivated and inspired me to learn, even when I felt that my progress was slow. She used the learning objectives as a guide, but did not shy away from learning opportunities when my classmates and I presented areas we wanted to study. When I was preparing for my written tests, she gave me sample tests that she created using the Industry Canada website and offered to respond to my questions during her lunch hour. She truly went above and beyond all expectations, and I feel privileged to have studied under Karen. As a result of our combined efforts, I achieved level B in comprehension and writing, and I have a feeling that level B for the oral test is not far behind. A year ago, I would not have predicted these results. I understand that Karen will not be our teacher again this fall, and I wish her all the best. I hope that whoever replaces Karen knows that he or she has big shoes to fill. Merci. So I went to that new school that, was hired by Industry Canada. So I told them, I said, if you hire me, I get you a contract and very happy students. And yes, I got hired, and I continued to be their French teacher. So that was very nice indeed. So with each group, I discover more and more about myself. I'm always striving to improve myself, to become a better teacher. Un grand merci. So, an ode to my students. Love you all.